This is Global Cool doing something original, inviting you to a bus tour where instead of sitting next to your neighbour and saying nothing, you will have a conversation. Because normally when you get on a train or a bus in some countries, they immediately ask you how many children have you got, or where you're going, what you're doing, where you're living. Whereas in England, nobody says anything. And in this bus, what we want to do is to encourage people to see that it is interesting to discover people whom you do not know.
It felt like a party atmosphere, didn't it? As we drove around, it felt like a party atmosphere on a bus. To go from sitting, as you normally do on a bus, to bam, conversation, laughter, excitement, all of that was a wonderful energy, and totally different from the normal, slightly timid thing you get on buses around the city.
It was fascinating to hear conversation put in a wide geographical and historical context from Theodore, but then having had that introduction to actually experiment ourselves with conversation. And it seemed like the atmosphere really livened up as soon as we were allowed to interact.
Bus is an ideal place, a train is an ideal place where you can take a lucky draw and you don't know who you're sitting next to, and you will learn something.
I ended up talking to a lady next to me who I never would have spoken to in a million years, exchanging emails, and had a really good chat. I learned a lot about her, she learned a lot about me. She was actually said a few things that have made me think tonight, so it's been a very positive experience. I'd highly recommend it.
It's a really nice way to frame the series of tours and conversations, because we had some really in-depth stuff about the reason conversation is important in our society.
People are more willing to talk to strangers because they think they'll never see them again, and they pour their hearts out. And a talk between strangers is often more intimate than talk with people you know who are trying to preserve their reputation. So we have to make better use of these buses.